Hey everybody, we are flying the Black Square Baron today from Pearson Field, Vancouver, Washington to the Dalles in Oregon, and we're going to be flying down the Columbia River Gorge and taking in the sights as we go. So I guess we can just jump into the cockpit here and get this bad boy started up. Oh, I'm already in the cockpit. Let's jump to the intro while I figure this out. Let's get this bad boy started, shall we? Let's get our controls all figured out. Let's see here. We want to go down here. That's good. We'll leave those at full. Mixture all the way up. Cowl flaps, I can't remember. I think down is open. I'll figure it out here once we get the power on. Cowl flaps are open. Okay. See what the weather does to the startup procedure here. Oh, I might have to throw that all the way up before I try starting. Come on, baby. There we go. Get the left engine started here. Excuse my clearing of the throat. I'm breathing in forest fire smoke, and it's kind of irritating my throat. So if you hear me cough or clear my throat, that's what's going on. It is fire season in the Pacific Northwest, and we're getting a lot of the smoke from there, as well as in Canada here, up in Kalispell, Montana. And we actually have a couple fires ourselves that have started out up in the Bob Marshall and then up along the Canadian border. So we're starting our local fire season here. Let's get our props. Should be syncing with that, but I forgot to turn on lights, so I probably just chopped up the ground crewman that is standing over to the left. Sorry, I didn't mean to chop you up in little bitty pieces. All right, let's get on out of here, shall we? I think I'm gonna go to the right. Try not to crash. Wow, this is a obstacle course if I ever saw one. Look, everybody has the same colored plane. It's amazing. Oh, I need to get a better setup for my flight pedals here. What is going on here? Why is it not reacting? Yeah, I've got a wheel stand that I converted into a flight sim stand. It said you could use it for a flight sim, but the legs of the stand get in the way of my feet, so my feet hit the legs when I go to use my rudder pedals. So it's kind of annoying. I might have to figure out a different setup here, so I can use my rudder pedals with shoes on, because right now I got to take my shoes off so I can use the brake. All right, there we go. It's a little too tight down there. All right, so this I haven't actually taken off from Vancouver Pearson Field here, but what is going on? There is something up. Hold on, just 1 second here. All right, I had some technical difficulties with my rudder pedals, so I had to edit my turnaround out of there. Okay, well, after some fiddling around with my rudder pedals, I got straight on the runway. I haven't taken off from this runway yet, so this is going to be something new, and we'll see what it's like. Obviously, I don't think it's this small in real life, but I could be wrong. It looks like they modeled it. It just looks kind of teeny. Kind of teeny. Luckily, there's not much wind here. We'll see how much runway I need. I don't think I'll need the full runway. All right, we are good. Oh, there's Fort Vancouver to the right. That is where they traded beaver pelt. The great, what was it? Not the Hudson Bay Company out of Canada. I think they're based in Canada. Traded beaver pelts there, the local population, for blankets and whatnot. We're going to be flying down here past KPDX, Portland International Airport, and down the gorge here towards the Dalles. Actually, the Dalles is our final destination. Hopefully not literally our final destination, but our temporary stop along our travels in life. Let's get the mixture down here so we don't blow an engine up. We can throw the cowl flaps closed since we are up in the air, and kill our landing lights. Oh, I didn't even use landing lights, so never mind. There's Mount Hood off into the distance, and we're just gonna take a nice little flight here. And can we see Mount St. Helens right there, and Mount Adams is just over those hills there, but doesn't look like much traffic. I have live traffic going, but I've noticed for some reason the air traffic in game has not been working, so I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if it's something in my settings or what, but I kind of want to see more aircraft taking off and landing, because it seems kind of dead in the sim, so it must be something with my settings. I'll have to figure that out later. Flaps up. 205 bridge there, crossing from Oregon into Washington. Fly. Not really going to follow a flight path. We're just going to take a free roam flight, VFR flight, and fly where our heart desires, or my heart desires. Oh, there we go. I was just talking about no air traffic. There's an airplane right there coming in for a landing. I spoke too soon. I was thinking about taking off from Troutdale Airport up here, but I kind of wanted to take a look at Portland International as I flew by, just because it's a cool airport. It's one of my favorite airports to fly out of, just because of the scenery. It's beautiful, beautiful area up here. And I quite like it. In fact, I like this whole side, the west coast of the northwest coast of the U.S. and the southwest coast of Canada, just because of the scenery. You fly up to, where is it? Not Victoria. Well, you can fly up to Victoria, but Vancouver, BC. Just up north that way, you can take a flight from Portland International to Seattle, and then from Seattle to Vancouver, BC, and it's a really nice flight. And then just off of Vancouver, BC, there's a bunch of islands with a bunch of airports, so you can island hop around there, and that's pretty fun too. We've got Troutdale Airport to the right, and that's the one I was going to take off from, but I decided to do Vancouver since I haven't done that one yet, and I think I like Troutdale better. It seems to be a little more laid out better than Vancouver Airport, at least in the sim. I'm not saying in real life, so if you're if I can talk, if you're offended by that, I didn't mean anything by it. I was just saying, in the sim, it seems a little better. Troutdale seems a little better. We're gonna fly up here, and I kind of wish they modeled Crown Point up here, which is part of the old highway, and there's a scenic site up here that you can overlook the Columbia River. It looks weird in the simulator. We're gonna fly down this way. See if I can land this bad boy. I've been learning it. You saw some of my shorts. You can see how I landed the last two times. One, I ran out of runway and almost crashed, so I was going too fast, and the other I bounced into a tree. So we'll see if I can land this bad boy in the Dalles, and we're gonna do a flyover Crown Point here. So we're flying live weather, live time. It's a little hazy from the forest fire smokes here too. I thought it'd be a little more hazy, but thankfully it's not. The wind must be blowing just right. So we're gonna look at Crown Point and see if maybe if it looks the same as it did the last time I flew over. Yeah, it's not even modeled. That's too bad. That'd be a cool thing to see. Ooh, hitting some turbulence there. Getting a little bouncy. Bouncing my wings. I'm kind of excited to fly this thing in the winter to see how the cabin temperature affects the icing on the windshield and glass of the cockpit. I'm sure it's going to affect it. So in the wintertime, like right now, I'm not even messing with cabin pressure or cabin temperature, which is a thing in this aircraft. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be something to worry about in cooler temperatures. But right now, I'm just chilling, taking an easy flight. Might get a little low here. I'm gonna drop altitude and check out. I think it's I-84 down below me here. I'm not sure what's on the Washington side. Over to my left. The Oregon side's definitely I-84. If you like hiking, there's quite a few hiking trails in the Columbia River Gorge that you can hike and partake in. Although I do believe you have to register and pay fees to hike on trails now. It used to be you could just show up and hike whenever you wanted, but now you gotta pay. You gotta get registration to hike the trail. So if you ever want to hike over here, be sure to check that out. Hiking's awesome here, by the way, and I'm sure they make a killing on those registration fees. But they gotta upkeep trails, and there's a lot of people that come through here, so I kind of understand it. It regulates how many people hike and litter. Like, I'm sure people litter on the trail, and somebody's got to go pick that up. Although you might get thrown off a cliff if somebody sees you litter on a trail. I know in Montana you do. Somebody feed you the grizzly bears in Glacier Park. Gonna fly over Beacon Rock here, of which you can climb to the top too. Or I should say as well, not to. You can climb to the top of Beacon Rock as well. And that pretty much has boardwalks going up this cliff that I'm looking at here, up to the top here. And you get to look at this beautiful view down below. We're in an airplane, we don't have to climb up any boardwalks. Alright, we are flying over the Bonneville Dam, which is directly, well, to the right of us. 1 o'clock. And there's a fish ladder there. I don't know if you can still go in there and see it, but you can check out the sturgeon and the eels. I think it's eels, mainly eels I remember in the fish ladder that you could look at. And they didn't model that either. I wish they'd model the dams in the United States. It'd be pretty cool. Don't know if that's on their to-do list, but it'd be nice to see some modeling on that. And then also the Bridge of the Gods would be pretty cool to see modeled as well. Oh no, I have to go check out FlightSim.2 to see if there are any third-party sceneries for the Columbia River Gorge. I know there are some for Portland, Oregon, with the bridges there, and they look pretty good. I was going to do a live stream versus a video, but I figured I'd do a video today because I haven't done a video in a long time, and I just wanted to do something different. And I'm not sure if I get more views on my live streams or my videos, so I'm also testing that out. I know I get more views on my shorts because people don't like long form content anymore. So that's another thing I'm going to test out to see how many people watch this full video. And it'll determine whether I do videos anymore, full videos or live streams or just shorts. So I guess I should put a post out there on YouTube and see what you all prefer to watch on my channel. A survey, that's what I was thinking. I was trying to think of the word, a survey. So I want to make content that you all like watching, but I also want to make content I like making, but if nobody's watching it, what's the point, right? And I'm just rambling on. I'm not going to do any editing. I'm just going to fly this like I'm flying a live stream and put it out as a video. Although I am going to edit the beginning, which I probably already did. If you're watching the video, I edited the beginning because I messed up on my taxi onto the runway. And if I forgot to edit the video, then that's in there, so never mind what I just said. But I'm planning on editing the beginning of the video. With that said, let's keep flying and check out this beautiful scenery all around us. And be glad we're not down there in that traffic there. Trying to see if you can see the old highway. I think they turned part of it into a bike trail, but I'm certain it's been a while since I've been in this neck of the woods. But last I saw, at least the section that we're in here, I think, is a bike trail. Used to be able to drive cars on it, but I don't think that is a thing anymore. Let's take an outside look here. Beautiful Columbia River. Don't mind me as I look around. I turned off the name tags, and now I'm wishing I had the seafaring name tags on to see what that ship was called down there. I'm thinking about purchasing. Now I've got a dilemma here. I want to get IL-2 Korea. If you've not seen that flight simulator, it's a combat sim, kind of like DCS, and it has Korea War birds that you fly combat missions in. And it's in VR, and it looks as good as Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it looks amazing. And I have to say, I am really torn on whether or not I'm going to buy the new Black Square Simulations Commander, or am I gonna fork out the money for IL-2 Korea, which is $90, by the way. It looks really awesome, though. I think that maybe I might get that, because then I can start doing some flight combat on this channel, which would be fun. I don't know if I'm going to be any good, but it's going to be fun. And if it's not fun, it'll be funny watching me try to blow stuff up and getting blown up while doing it. So I think that is my next purchase. I gotta wait until I have some money, though, to pick it up. Might be a while, but I'm thinking about it. I'm just now thinking, the one thing about making videos versus live stream is right now I'm just talking. I'm talking with whatever pops into my head. Versus in the live stream, I kind of do the same thing there, but when people jump in chat, I can talk to them. And we talk together, which makes it easier, because then I don't have to continually think of things to say. So it's not quiet. Because there's nothing more boring than watching just silent airplane pilot fly. See, that's pretty boring. And you might have been able to hear my stomach gurgle a little bit, but If you did, I'm sorry for that. That's just gross. Look at this land formation here. Not to stir up any controversy by changing the topic or anything, but look at that. Isn't that cool? The land formations here are just phenomenal. Lots of traffic down there today. Oh, shoot. That's not good. Why am I... See, that's really not good. There we go. I accidentally set my drink down on my keyboard and messed up my center of view. I kind of want to know what that beep is. What is that beep that goes off every now and again? Is that me hitting 500 feet? I think that's the 500 feet alarm. No, because I'm 1,000 feet right now. What is that noise? Huh. You know what that noise is? Leave a comment down below. That noise right there. I don't have an R2 unit on the back of this thing, so it's not an R2 unit. Check that out. That's really cool. It's kind of a little canyon there. I wonder how far back that goes. That might be kind of fun to fly down in a helicopter or a cub crafter. There's Mount Hood off to the right. Yeah, just some rugged landscape out here. Back when I was a kid, I was told these lines were made from the Ice Age, from a huge glacier that formed in this and pushed everything down. But now I'm hearing there is the Missoula floods that washed us out. Maybe it was both at different times. I don't know. But if you're a geologist, let me know in the comments down below what the popular theory or fact is. What formed the Columbia River Gorge? I guess I could ask ChatGPT, but I'd rather learn from somebody that knows rather than AI. Not that I have anything against AI. I rather enjoy it to an extent. That's interesting formation down there. Pretty cool. We're flying into the Dalles now. In fact, our airport should be directly ahead of us. We're going to be making a landing here shortly. So there's a rock quarry there. We flew over Hood River, which is the windsurfing capital of the world. If you like windsurfing, you should check out Hood River. Get a lot of people on the Columbia River windsurfing out there on that part of the river. Alright, let's see here. Where are we going to land today? Where's my throttle? I think I'm going to pull out a quick look over the airport before I choose my runway. So I think I'm going to hit that one right there off the left wing. So I'm going to cut back around here, and that's the John Day Dam up there, if I remember correctly. I'm going to fly over here, over these vineyards. Probably get everything ready to land, so let me straighten out here. get our mixture up. Cow flaps open. Props up. Landing lights on. Alright. Throttle back a bit here. Try not to stall out over these vineyards, and then we're gonna throw a notch of flaps down and get lined back up here. Throw the gear down. Just keep an eye on our airspeed. Whoa, wow, that was a big gust of wind. That was scary. Just about made us do a nosedive into the ground. Alright, let's hope I can land this a little better than the last 2 times I landed this. Gonna make it. Gonna make it. We aren't gonna crash this time. What is that weird rectangle looking thing? Oh, that's not a runway, folks. We're gonna go around here. All right, that's not a runway. That's a taxiway. It's like, what is that weird rectangle thing? From my perspective, it was a rectangle, a white rectangle, but maybe in your view it looked like airplanes lined up. That's the thing in VR. Things aren't as clear. And at least my VR headset, I'm using the Valve Index, and it can be pixelated. All right. Let's see here. Oh, I was gonna look up at my roof where the windows in my helicopter are to see where the airfield was. Oh, right here. Now this is a interesting approach here. This is not what I wanted to do. So we're gonna give us a little more flaps. We're way off here. We're gonna do a nosedive to line up here. This is, I probably should have went around a little more, but why not live on the seat of my pants here and see if I can do an excessively dangerous landing. Actually, that wasn't too bad. It's gonna be the bounce that's gonna be bad if there is bounce, but nope, no bounce this time, so surprise! I did a decent landing that time. Holy cow. Who would have thought? Roadkill? You might have to change your name. Alright, I'm referring to myself in third person. Alright, where are we headed? Head over here to say farewell to my lovely viewers. I'm gonna park somewhere, probably where all the other planes are parked. Maybe? I don't know, it's taking us over here. I'm gonna go over here, check this out. I've not been over here yet. So, yeah, it just looks like a basic airfield. So it's pretty big. I guess we are supposed to go over to this gentle person here and come into a stop. The arrow's pointed the wrong way, but yeah. Let's make him work for his money. Or her. Is that a him or her? I can't tell. My vision's blurry. There. It's a her, it looks like. Thank you. We're gonna throw the props and the mixture down. We're gonna close the cow flaps. Oops. Throttle down. Let's turn off the batteries. Get that off. Avionics off. I didn't put the flaps up, but that's okay. All right, folks, that was a fun flight. Thanks for flying with me and hanging out with me as I talked your ear off as we flew. I'm not sure where I'm going to fly next or what I'm going to do, but I'll let you know when I figure it out. You'll have a great weekend, whatever you have ahead of you. Stay safe and Godspeed. If you watched the whole video and you liked it, please like it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And that's all I'm going to bug you about. Take care, everybody.